Hello students, in the third video of your functions, we are going to have call by value and call by reference. It is very important to understand both call by value and call by reference. Call by value is also called as pass by value and call by reference is also called as pass by reference. We see here that a function is invoked in two manners. The first one is called by value and the second one is called by reference. This is the most important portion of your exam. Now here only the 2 marks question can be asked. What are the ways to invoke the functions? So it is either by call by value or by call by reference, as these depicts the way arguments are passed to the function. So we are going to start with the first one, that is call by value. Now call by value, also known as pass by value, the call by value is the process of passing copy of actual parameter into the formal parameter. Here once again I would like to revise what is actual parameter and what is formal parameter. The parameter defined in the function definition during creation of a function is called as formal parameter, whereas the parameter passed during the function call is called as an actual parameter. So back to the point, that is the function creates its own copy of argument values and then uses them. So we can say that in call by value, it is the process of passing the copy of actual parameter into the formal parameter. That is, the function creates its own copy of argument value and then uses them. Thus, in call by value, any change made in the formal parameter does not reflect on the actual parameter. Now, whatever the normal way of programming that we do is done by call by value. This is very important to understand how the call by value works. Suppose we have a formal parameter and actual parameter. We have seen that actual parameter copies the value to formal parameter. Now in formal parameter, suppose there is a parameter named as x. I am increasing the x value in the function x equals to x plus 2. Now because x is increased by 2, it will not reflect that the actual parameter value is also changed. Suppose actual value parameter value is a. A is 5. 5 is copied to x. Now if x is increasing by 2, so now the x value is 5 plus 2, that is 7. Because x has become 7, that's for that a will not change. A is still 5, whereas x is changed to 7. Such type of working is called as call by value, because the value of a of the actual parameter, that was 5, is copied to x. At certain instant, both x and a are 5. But now x is manipulated in the program by its working. Because that x is changing the value, it will not reflect back to a. This is your call by value or pass by value. So we can see here the original copy of the argument value, that is actual parameter, remains intact. Intact means remains, no change. We see here all primitive data types are passed by value. So here once again we can see that primitive data type, all your integer, byte, short, long, float, double, character, boolean, these all are passed by values. Let us see one example that we have discussed here. Now import java.util.* class example. we are having one function, that is public void change int a comma int b. Here, just now we have discussed the parameter defined with the function definition in the function header is called as formal parameter. So for this program, my formal parameter is a and b. Inside the function, a is multiplying by itself, so a into a, and then b equals to b minus a. So we see here there is a change of value in a and b after they will get their values. Then we are printing the value of a and the value of b. In the main function, we are taking input of two numbers in x and y. So we see here we are declaring the function public static void main string args. Since it is a scanner class we are using to take input, so we are not writing here throws IO exception, nor we are writing buffer reader. If you want to do this, you have to import, instead of util, you have to import here IO dot asterisk. And you have to write here throws IO exception, buffer reader, input stream reader, that statement. Then system.out.println enter two numbers, and the two numbers are taken input in x and y. We are creating the object. The class name was example. So here we know that the syntax of creating the object is class name, object name equals to new and the constructor. Again, it is point to that you should know that the constructor and the class name has the same name. Only difference is that constructor is followed by a pair of parentheses. Working of constructor is to initialize the object with all the parameter, and new is the operator that is providing memory, dynamically memory it is providing for the working of object. Dynamic memory means during runtime. Now, here we see that the function change is called. So we are calling the change function with the help of the object, as it is a non-return type function. So obj.change x comma y. This is again important to remember that the parameter passed during the function call is called as actual parameter, because my main function is the function from where the execution of the program is started. Upon the terminal window we are getting this, and the user is passing the value during runtime in x and y. So x and y is called as an actual parameter. Now this x will copy its value to a and y will copy its value to b. Suppose x and y is your 10 and 15. Now here we see that 10 into 10, a is your 100. It is no more 10, and b is your 15 minus 100, some negative value it is getting. So there is a change in the value of a and b. Because a and b is changing, it doesn't mean that x and y will also change. So it remains intact, and this method of working is called call by value. So when we print the value of x and y, we still see here that x and y is printing 10 and 15, whereas a and b is printing here 100 and minus, suppose 100 minus 15, if we say, it is your 85. The next one is call by reference. Call by reference is also called as pass by reference. Now the major difference, before starting only I would like to explain that in call by reference, changes made into the formal parameter also make change into the actual parameter, because the value are not copied, but their memory location is passed from the actual parameter to formal parameter. It means we are working on the same memory location but with two names, one as actual parameter and one as formal parameter. So any change made in the formal parameter also reflect back to actual parameter. This is your call by reference. So we see here in call by reference, in place of passing a value to the function being called, a reference to the original variable, that is, a memory location of the variable is passed. When a function is called by reference, then the formal parameter becomes reference to the actual parameter in the calling function. Now, what is a calling function? A calling function is the function that calls another function, and the function being called is the called function. So here if we say that public static void main, it is a calling function, and suppose it is your change, void change is the function, then it is called function. Next one that we see here, that this mean that in call by reference method, the called function does not create its own copy of original value. That is, just now I explained that here the copy of any value is not passed. It means not a actual parameter and formal parameter are not independent. They are dependent upon each other. Rather, it refers to the original values only by different names. That's what I say. The same memory location. This is suppose one memory location. Once it is called by X and another one it is called as A. Suppose this is your actual parameter and this X is your formal parameter. But we are accessing the same memory location. So we can see that thus called function works with the original data and any change in the value get reflected to the data. So the major difference is that in call by reference, changes made into the formal parameter also changes the value of actual parameter. We see here that all reference data type, we know that the reference data type are class, arrays and interfaces. Class is depicted with object. So all reference data type, that is arrays and objects, are passed by reference. Interfaces are never passed as a parameter. It is a trigger, so it behaves like separate, and it is called in the program with the help of implements. So it is not passed as the parameter. We see here one example that will explain the working of call by reference. Now you see, whenever we pass any array as a parameter, it means we are doing the programming of call by reference. If we are passing a class or the object, here also it means that we are working on object. It means we are working with call by reference. If the object is passed, it is very easy to work with. Instead of declaring the variables alone, we declare it, we call it, all we do with the help of object name. Now here we see a simple call by reference example where an array is passed as the parameter and an array is declared in the main function and it is passed. And so we see here that public void class call by reference, public void array element, int x as an array. So whenever we pass the array as a parameter, we never declare its size here. Then int I and p are the two variables. Normally we know that whenever we do the programming of array, we need to take the length. So p equals to x dot length. Again a point to revise the length will not have the parenthesis, as length with parenthesis is used in string. So for I equals to 0, I is less than p, where p is holding the length of the array I plus plus. Now here we see xi equals to xi plus 2. So each array element is increasing its value by 2. And then normally we are printing the change value of the array, and we see that the array we are normally printing. We can print either by making directly use of println and xi, or in these two lines, so that it will print one after the another. The closing of the function, then we write public static void main and we declare one array. If you want, you can take input from the user and you can declare the array. The array here is having 1, 2, 3, 4, size of 4, where the array elements are 3, 6, 8 and 9. The first index value the array at 0 is 3, 1 is 6, 2 is 8 and 3 is 9. Again, j and q, two of the variables taken to hold the length of the array and to have a counter which is behaving with j. Now q equals to a dot length. The length of the array is taken. We create the object, and here you see call by reference. Instead of any other primitive data type, we are directly passing an array here as the parameter. So this is your actual parameter. Now if we see here obj.arr element, whenever we pass the array as a parameter in the function call, we write only the array name without any square bracket or any other declaration. After that, we will print the array. Now the function after the argument after function call, we see here that array is printing its changed value. It is no more 3689, but it is printing here as your 5, then 8, then 10 and 11. So here it will print your values as 3689. We see here the argument, this printing is done after your function call. If we do the printing before the function call, it will print the value 3689. But once the function is called, it is increased by 2. So here it will print the change value also as your plus 2 in each value. So it will print 5, 8, 10 and 12. And after that, here also it will print the argument after function call or the values after function call. Here also it will print the same, that is 5, 8, 10, 11, because it is accessing directly its memory location. So function call has made changes into its value and it has increased the value by 2. Thank you.